Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Sagittarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free, does not cost you anything. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. This is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Sagittarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. So, Eight of Cups. There's this feeling that our glass is half empty right now. Okay, it's kind of like we're in this feeling of having to just bail out water, right? I know it's kind of a weird metaphor now. We're just trying to stay in this, hoping that we'll get through the storm. Right? Hoping that we'll see land, hoping that we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel soon. You know? And I think our arms are getting tired from bailing all this water out. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I feel like this is an increasing sense of despair or hopelessness. I feel as if our belief in something is just, it's getting harder and harder to keep it going. You know, we're at that point where it's just like almost ready to throw in the towel. Yeah, see, look at that. Five of Cups. But now we're feeling something else a little bit. We got that art card, Temperance. We've got a Prince of Cups. Ooh, we've got an inverted Knight of Cups. Now, I don't read reversals. We don't usually get upside down cards. We don't need them because every card has light and shadow. Everything is in context. There's a lot of water right here. Something's changing. Something is being reversed, as that card is showing us as well. I think now energy that was moving in one direction is now moving in the other direction. Something is turning around. Okay? And maybe it's good that we've got this Five of Cups. Maybe we'll get some wands. Let's just mention that the Eight of Cups is an even number. It's stationary. This is us kind of in a state of despair, in a state of hopelessness. The Five is movement. The Five is an improvement of this because at least now the water's flowing. Something's happening, right? We're not just here in that state of despair now. Changes are happening. The energy is flowing, okay? And here again, we have an Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords. Feeling and thinking has stopped, right? When we feel stuck. We can't see the way out. We can't feel the way out. Now we've got an Eight. We've got a lot of eights here, right? Now we've got the Eight of Wands. The Eight is kind of a almost a creative blockage, but not exactly. We'll get to that in a second. Now we've got something. Now we've got that Wheel of Fortune and Four of Pentacles. A lot of even-numbered cards, right? A lot of this feeling of things are just not moving, right? That I'm stuck here, that I'm in this state of despair, confusion, hopelessness, pessimism. But we see movement. This is us like starting to paddle in the boat, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm not just going to stay here. I'm going. I'm getting somewhere. I'm doing it." You know, and maybe this is us getting mad and saying, "I'm just not going to take it anymore," you know. I like the fact that we've got the 8, 8, and 8, and then through a reversal of energy, whatever this Knight of Cups is going to do, and through this Wheel of Fortune, through the Temperance too, we're getting to the 4. We're cutting these 8s in half, and we're getting to a 4. Now, the 4 is not the promised land. It's not the paradise or the land of milk and honey that we want. But this is a safe harbor. So we're getting out of the storm here, people. Okay? That something here, there's something turns around and really changes everything. Now we're getting to a safe shore. We're getting back to our home base. We're getting back to, we're finding refuge somewhere. And this is going to be a really good spot. Okay, it's here that we can regroup. We can dry our clothes. You can hang your socks by the fire, and get ready to continue on. But we're getting out of the storm. We're getting to a safe place. It's kind of a storm shelter here, right? One thing about the storm shelter, let's not look at this as the goal. Because you're in the storm shelter, sure, but once the storm's over, you don't stay in the storm shelter, do you? No, you don't live there now. We got out of the stormy waters. We're in this safe harbor. We found some dry land. We found something over our heads. We built a fire. We're going to dry our socks, but we don't live there permanently. We're just waiting for the morning. We're waiting for the storm to pass, and then we'll probably get back in the boat, and we're going to keep sailing. Okay, so this is a temporary encampment. Okay. The 5, and with this art or temperance card, the 5 is kind of saying, we got to get mad. We've got to start moving the energy around. We can't just wait passively and hope that our ship will just drift somewhere safe. No, we've got to. This is either us bailing the water out, like I said, or this is us finding something to paddle with. Okay, finding something to paddle with. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And it's going to go right here. We're going to put Mr. Ed right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise. Okay? Now, let's look here. Major Arcana. We got a couple. Temperance card, Wheel of Fortune. The Temperance card is kind of this card that says, look, this is a necessary phase for you because this is how you are forging your strength. This is how you are fortifying yourself. This is how you are, perhaps building the sword, right? Forging the sword. This is temperance, not in the idea of taking the moderate path, right? Being just kind of in between the opposites, in between the extremes. Because sometimes we need the extreme. Because sometimes, especially now, we got all this water. Sometimes we just need an extreme of fire. Sometimes we got to swing the pendulum the other way. So no, what this means to me is temper as in the way you strengthen a metal, right? The way we are tempering something to make it harder and stronger, to make it more unbreakable. So I feel like this is a situation that you're in right now where we're feeling the difficulty, feels like we are in just a bad spot. Spirit is tempering you. Spirit is strengthening you. Spirit is making you unbreakable, right? And it sucks. I know it sucks. We see a purpose here, okay? You're being strengthened. You're being tempered for what is going to be, I think, a very, very glorious outcome, a very successful life. This is the Wheel of Fortune. And yeah, it's in the position of the difficulty because I know right now it's hard for you to see this Wheel of Fortune. It's difficult to see when we're in all this water energy here. It's difficult for us to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's hard for us to see why is this happening? How is this a necessary part of my path? How is this going to lead to some kind of glorious happiness and success? So this card's the difficulty. This card's in the position of what we don't want. And sometimes we don't want to believe that that Spirit is putting us in this situation for a reason. You know, we don't want to, right now maybe we feel that we're in the bottom of the wheel, that we're in between the rubber and the road. You know, getting kind of squished, getting ground down. We're between the mortar and the pestle, you know. But things are turning around. I think this is the end of this period for you, and we're going to be moving into this safety, this shelter, this stability, from which you will be able to recognize that, yes, this was, you know, this put me exactly where I need to be. You will see it. You will realize it. Right now it's hard to, but I think that we are at the very end of this watery energy, because look, things are just about to change. This turnaround is just about to happen, but you've got to move this water energy around. The Prince. See, we have our major arcana. We have a little bit of fire, yes. We've got quite a bit of water. Okay, we've got a little bit of air, and we've got our earth energy. The earth energy, I think, is very promising. It just says, look, things are changing. We're getting to the safe harbor. Okay, good. Love it, right? We're going to eventually realize that this is all part of the plan, that things are turning around, and everything is going to be expanding. Everything is going to start going your way. This Wheel of Fortune is saying, yeah, things are bad now, but eventually you're going to be on top. Okay? And I think we're very, very close. I think this storm is almost over, and you're going to see the light. The sun's going to rise just another minute or two. Okay. The Prince of Cups that we see back here, fixed water energy. Okay, fixed water energy. And this could be talking about a Pisces person in your life too. Okay, maybe. No, not a Pisces. No, I'm thinking maybe it's a Scorpio. I think there might be a Scorpio person in your life. Significant somewhere. This is that fixed water energy. This is saying that you're stuck in this, or you feel stuck in this storm, okay? And maybe it's been going on for a long time. Maybe you feel as if you've always been in this storm. Sometimes with this card, it's hard for us to remember anything other than what we're feeling right now, okay? And in this kind of sense, when we feel like I've always been here and I will never be anywhere else, it's very easy to start feeling as if this is just where I belong. This is the state of your despair, right? This is just, we've just kind of passively accepted this, and we're staying stuck in this. And the Eight of Swords too. This is that we just feel stuck. We can't think our way out of it. We can't feel our way out of it. We can't see our way out of it. We have all these eights, right? And the eights are kind of, to me, something that feels eternal. You know, it's like we've always been here, and we will always be here. And part of that is, part of that's our own perception. Okay. We have to start moving this energy around. We have to find that power somewhere. We have to find that inspiration and start paddling, or start bailing out buckets of water, you know. But sometimes we resign ourselves. Sometimes we get so fixed in how we feel that we don't see the way out. We don't do anything productive or proactive. We just sink further into it. Because it feels eternal. It feels like it's not going to matter what I do. I've always been here, and I will always be here. Okay? And that kind of speaks a little bit to this Art or Temperance card. It's very black and white thinking. It's like, well, I'm either successful, I'm either in the sunlight, or I'm in this terrible dark storm. Okay? And it's kind of, you know, again, that feeling that if I'm here now, it means I've always been here, and I will always be here. But I think the Art or Temperance card, as it's called, is showing us that that's not the reality of things. Okay? that things are changing. There is a current to the water. There is movement in the water. What we've got to do, let's talk about this Knight of Cups that's up here. The Knight of Cups is fire of water. It's that active part of water, right? It's us now using the water to make progress, right? It's that part of our emotion that can energize us, that can motivate us. And sometimes it's just a matter of getting so mad that we change, that we move, that we paddle, right? Getting so fed up with things that we pull a piece of wood off the boat, you know? We take a chunk off it and we start paddling with it, you know? This card, usually in the upright position, is talking about the giving and receiving of love and affection, right? How do we take our heart out and give it to somebody else? You know, how do we connect with other people on that heart level? It's a very giving card, very loving card. Reversed this way, it's almost as if we are now keeping it and we're now giving it to ourselves, right? But I almost feel as if rather than this being love and affection, this is now kind of a rage, you know, a tempest, a storm of our own. We feel like we're in this period of time here and we're in this, maybe this stormy weather, this darkness, this dark night, this, you know, this state of despair and hopelessness. Maybe we've got to be a more fearsome storm right now. Okay. Again, all of this water sometimes means we got to bring all of the fire. Okay. We've got to bring all of the fire. I think the Two of Pentacles is saying that things are turning around. And also we've got the Wheel of Fortune. This is the moment. Everything is going to change. Things are turning around and we're doing it. But what we've got to do is we've got to get mad. You know, and not in the sense that we're then being mean to people, right, or being unkind. No, that's not you. You've got to activate your superpower. Okay, I was saving that. This is the Ardor Temper. This is your power card. Oh, I didn't ring the bell. This is what we need to activate. This we need to look at this as what I said before about Spirit tempering us, right? About this being a necessary stage of our evolution. That Spirit is making us unbreakable. Spirit is forcing you to grow bigger and stronger and unbreakable, right? Forging this steel of your will and your determination. And I think that it's that moment where we realize that this is a test and I'm going to pass this one, you know, that maybe this has felt eternal, right, already. The solution is in me. The solution is me activating this superpower and being, you know, stronger than steel. And bailing out the boat, paddling to shore, right? It's no longer just this feeling of, I'm just stuck. This is that kind of passive acceptance. We have all these even numbers. And it's just, we're just saying, well, this is it. There's no way out of this. It's hopeless, boo-hoo. No. Sagittarius, you're picking yourself up. And this is that inspiration. And it's that moment of any movie you watch, right? Where there's that kind of, there's that bind that people are in. There's that unwinnable challenge. There's that state of just hopelessness and loss and despair. And we've all but given up. But then, you know, our protagonist rises up and just says, I'm not going to let this be, you know, the end. I'm not going to let this be a loss or whatever. And we do what needs to be done. We move the energy in the direction it needs to be moved. Now, in the path of the serpent, we've got the eight. Well, we've got the Eight of Swords. So thinking and feeling aren't really helping us. The more we think, the worse we feel. The worse we feel, the more we overthink and overanalyze. And it's just, those two are just spiraling out, right? The heart and the mind. what we've got is the Eight of Wands. That fiery creative will. This is some Sagittarius energy too. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. And you know what that is? That's creative problem solving. That is kind of standing up and pulling ourselves out of this despair, this fixed state of our perception, fixed state of our emotions, feeling that this is my fate, this is eternal, I've resigned myself to this fate. No, we are figuring a way out of this. You know, it's a bunch of people are stuck in a room, and, you know, sometimes I'm just going to give up. I'm just going to sit in the corner. I'm not, you know, my wife and I, we took our daughter and our niece to one of these escape rooms. And for some reason, I'm not too good at those escape rooms. But our daughter, she was 3 at the time. She's almost 4 now. This was a while ago. And we're trying to figure our way out of this room, you know. And my daughter's trying. She's pulling on door handles, and she's looking under the cushions and stuff, trying to find clues and everything. And there came a point where she was just like, I give up. And she just sat down on the floor, and she was just like this, And she didn't want to try anymore. She was just going to wait for the clock to run out, and they'd come open the door for us, you know. But she got fed up with trying, and she just, I don't even want to try anymore. I'm bored, but frustrated more than bored, right? So she was kind of in that state too, but we've got that the Eight of Wands here. And sometimes the Eight of Wands is this idea of frustration, because we have all this creative energy, we have all this desire and all this will, but it doesn't know where to go. Yeah. We don't know what to do with it. We kind of start going over here, no, over here, no. And before we know it, we're just kind of dancing in place. We're just like tap dancing on the shag carpet, and we've got the jazz hands. That we don't, there's just this pent up energy. Okay? And it needs to be directed somewhere. And I think that we, instead of sitting in the corner and folding our hands and saying, I'm not going to do anything. I don't even want to try anymore. Now we're standing up, and we're trying to focus this energy. Focus all of our creative energy, all of our consciousness on moving toward the safety, all right? Getting out of the storm, getting to that storm shelter. Okay, it's just, I mean, and we see it in all these movies. You know, think of any, like one of these movies that have like big storms, right? And everyone's just like, I'm in the storm, I'm done, it's over, it's hopeless. And then somebody comes and just grabs them, and they start running a beeline for the storm shelter. Yeah, it makes sense, right? So I think what the Four of Pentacles is saying to us is let's get up, let's just very quickly, with all of our effort, let's get ourselves to what's going to be a safe harbor. Let's find shelter for now. Okay? And this, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're doing, so it's hard for me to say in kind of practical terms what this might be. Okay? Just batten the hatches, hunker down until this thing passes. And I think it is passing. Okay? I'm trying to think of I'm trying to feel what this is for you. And I almost feel like there's kind of something that you're working, there's something that you want to do. You have a goal in mind. This is not it. This is just kind of, you got to take a temporary rest somewhere, you know, before you can really start moving closer to this goal. So it's kind of like, we don't want to take that day off or that time out, or we don't want to go to take that detour. But right now you have to. Okay? It's like the storm is too terrible. You can't keep driving in that direction. You got to stop for the night. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will help us kind of narrow things down about what, I mean, if this is resonating with you, you know what the safe decision is. What is the safe move right now? We've just got to get out of the storm and get to the storm shelter. Okay? And I feel like you know what it is. I'm not gonna speculate. Spirit show me that you wear some sort of a key around your neck or something, right? Or it looks like a key. I don't know if it's a. I don't know what that is. Yeah, Spirit showing me that necklace. What is this going to be? Well, I want some more fire energy. What I think it might be is the art card again, or temperance, right? Your power card. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Here we go. Well, it's the King of Cups. It's this guy again. It's fixed water energy. Okay. Fixed water energy. And so I think this is the problem. I think this is confirming for me that the real culprit here is this idea that we feel powerless, and we feel as if, and maybe it's because of this, the Eight of Wands, that we have this desire to act, but we just don't know what to do, and we're just, it's creating this frustration to the point where now we're just Prince of Cups. We're just like, fine, I'm not going to do anything. This is like my daughter going around the room and she's jiggling all the door handles. She's checking under everything. And she's just, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm done. I'm just going to sit here. You guys let me know. I'm going to play with my dollies. You let me know when you guys are done or when the door opens. Let me know when you guys figure it out, So I feel that the Prince of Cups is, or the King of Cups, same thing, is that fixed water energy. Is us feeling kind of frustrated and helpless and hopeless right now. We feel as if we're stuck in that state, but we're not. All right? We have to activate that adamant part of ourselves. That part of ourselves that is refusing, to quit. And I think things are really turning around. All right? We've got to find that safe harbor, that storm shelter, and the storm is passing. Okay? We're going to do an extended reading too if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Sagittarius every Wednesday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It does not cost you anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.